Get ready for herbed cheddar cheese biscuits. These flaky, savory biscuits are seasoned with cheddar cheese and fresh herbs. The addition of cream cheese gives them a tender texture that just melts in your mouth. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are making herbed cheddar cheese biscuits. Who doesn't love a flaky, warm biscuit? If you've never made biscuits before, don't let them intimidate you. They are the easiest, quickest form of bread you can make. We're going to start off by mixing our dry ingredients. We have 2½ cups of flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, a ½ teaspoon of pepper, and 1 teaspoon of salt. And we're just going to whisk these together. Next come our herbs and our cheese. Let's put in our cheese first. I'm putting in 3 tablespoons of fresh chives. Now, if you don't have fresh chives, that's okay. You can replace fresh chives with 2 tablespoons of dried chives. Next, I have 2 teaspoons of fresh thyme. Again, if you don't have fresh thyme, that's all right. You can use 1 teaspoon of dried thyme. All right, so let's just give this a mix about. Get all these herbs and the cheese spread out evenly. This recipe calls for 1/4 cup, or that's actually 4 tablespoons of butter and ½ a stick of sour cream. And what I'm going to be using is a pastry cutter. If you don't have a pastry cutter, that's okay. A fork will work fine. And we're just going to cut this all in like this. Takes a little while. Our mixture, as you can see, has come together nicely. It looks crumbly, and this is exactly how it should look, with little pieces of butter and the cream cheese dispersed in the flour mixture, and this is totally fine. Now we're going to pour our milk in. This is 3/4 cup of milk. We're just going to pour this in here. Stir this around with our spatula so that the dough comes together. Okay, this is coming together really nicely. Now there are some dried bits in here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of milk and pour it in here, so that all the dried bits come together. Now I'm just taking my hand and I'm just trying to get everything together. This is exactly how the dough should be. It should squish together in my hands like this. This is the perfect texture. So I've taken the dough and I've transferred it to a lightly floured surface. I use a silicone mat, it's just easier for me. And I'm pressing it down a bit. And what we're going to do is we are going to fold the dough over on itself like this, about 3 or 4 times. Folding the dough like this will help create those flaky layers that we love when we eat biscuits. We have our dough in a nice rectangular shape or square shape. Pat the dough down. We want it to be about 3/4 inch thick. You can use a rolling pin like I am, but just be careful because the less handling of the dough will make your biscuits rise higher, and that's what we want. The more you handle it, if you handle it too much, it becomes pretty dense. Today we're going to cut these biscuits into 2-inch squares. You can use a biscuit cutter if you'd like, but I kind of want to make these into squares today. Now I'm going to take some milk and I'm just going to brush lightly the tops of all the biscuits. Brushing them with milk will help them develop a beautiful golden color as they're baking in the oven. Now, another thing I want to tell you is these can be assembled ahead of time and they can be kept in the refrigerator, which is actually a good thing because the colder the butter is, or the more firm the butter is, the higher your biscuits will rise. So let's get these babies in the oven. We're going to bake these at 425 degrees for 16 to 18 minutes. We'll see, but I just know that they're going to come out spectacular. Here we go. Oh, yum. Wow. You really get the chive and the cheddar cheese and a slight hint of thyme. Oh, delicious. Well, thanks for coming along with me today as we made these delicious herb cheddar cheese biscuits. If you like this video and you'd like to see more, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.